Welcome back to GP Nail Art. Jessica here. Today I'm going to be using Cobalt from Cascade Color Works, and this is a nice royal blue type of color. I am going to be doing gel method. I wasn't completely happy with how they came out, but I think that's mostly because I kept them using gel method with clear dip powder, and that ended up causing them to look like they have little white specks on them. So it's just something I'll think about in the future as far as using the gel method. As far as the dip powder itself, it did apply well with the gel method, but I'm not going to show the whole entire dip process in this video because I'm going to be doing some stamping specifically for National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day, which is April 30th, today. So I wanted to use the cobalt blue for a couple of reasons. First being my local Humane Society in my county. When you go onto their website, they have all of their colors are pretty much in the blue color, the royal blue kind of color, so I wanted to use that for this mani. And then I'm going to be doing some stamping in white as well. But also the month of April is Autism Acceptance or Awareness Month. And while this mani is not specifically for autism awareness, I did want to wear blue to show my support for that. I don't have a personal story in regards to autism. However, there are some other YouTubers that have created some really wonderful videos and have some wonderful messages and stories in regards to autism. So I will leave those linked in the description box below if you want to check those out. So that's the second reason that I chose blue for this mani as well. So I am just going to show the gel method on this one finger, and then we're going to get into some stamping for the Adopt a Shelter Pet part of this mani. But I also wanted to talk a little bit. Now I did previously volunteer at my local Humane Society. I ended up not being able to continue to do that just for other things in regards to my schedule and stuff like that. But I did have a great deal of fun playing with all the pups that were there while I was doing it. I also have in the past had an opportunity to do some fostering of some of the shelter pets, specifically for like short-term fostering. They'll ask for people to volunteer to foster when there's going to be a hurricane in the area, because I do live in Florida, or sometimes when we have really cold weather snaps, because they were an outdoor facility, which will be changing soon, but because they have outdoor kennels and things like that where they house the dogs specifically, they would ask for short-term fosters when the weather was going to be particularly cold, especially overnight, so that all of the pups have a warm, safe place to sleep at night when it's going to be cold outside. So I have done that as well in the past, and typically I will volunteer whenever they ask for that. I am a little bit restricted because I do live in an apartment, and I did ask the apartment, of course, first if I would be allowed to do that, and they did say yes. But I do also have to adhere to their breed and weight restrictions, so they don't, the Humane Society doesn't always have a dog that kind of fits those restrictions when they're asking for fosters. So I do try to help out as much as I can, even though I don't, go there and volunteer on a routine basis at this point. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about my pup. I have actually had her for 15 years. She's not, I didn't adopt her from a shelter, but when she was a puppy, her mother, the dog that had her, belonged to my sister's boyfriend at the time, and they wanted to find, homes for all of the puppies. So both my sister and I took one of the dogs home with us after they turned 6 weeks old, and she's been in my life ever since. And that was about 15 years ago. So I've had her for quite a long time. So she is getting older now, and with that comes some issues. She has some like joint and arthritis issues, and then for a little while she had Cushing's disease, so she's on daily medication and things like that. She's kind of losing her hearing and her sight a little bit, but she's still quite active. She'll get an energy burst and just whip around the apartment for a good 5 minutes and then settle down. So she's still quite energetic even at her age. So, but I do plan, on the future, if I'm ever looking to get another dog in my life, I would certainly first and foremost check out my local shelters and adopt a pet rather than buy. So that's always been my plan in regards to pet ownership. So I would much rather adopt than to go and buy a pet at a pet store or from a breeder or something like that. So I have gotten into the stamping. I'm going to stop chatting quite so much, but I did get this plate from Maniology, and it has all sorts of dog and pet stamps on it, and the one that I'm choosing is the one that says Adopt, Don't Shop. So that is in honor of the National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. And then I'm also going to kind of do a vertical, like kind of half stamp on the rest of my nails to kind of partner with that Adopt, Don't Shop stamp. So for now, I will go ahead and let you watch, and then I will be back shortly. Okay, so for this kind of vertical stamping, you can see I just painted over half of the paw prints stamp. These actually paw prints and hearts. So I'm going to use that and just apply it to half of my nail on one side. So I'll do that on all of my nails on either side of the ring finger. No, middle finger. I don't know which finger. The Adopt, Don't Shop finger. So I'm going to do it in the same direction on each side. So that's going to be to the right on my index and thumb, and then to the left on my ring and pinky finger. Then I'm going to add a little bit more of an accent once I'm finished stamping, but for now I'll go ahead and let you watch. Okay, so from Maniology, I used to be subscribed to their monthly stamping box. I haven't gotten one in quite a while. I ended my subscription just because I have a lot of products and I just kind of am a little bit more picky right now. But this one is an iridescent, smudge-free, they call it unicorn top coat. So it has a really pretty iridescent kind of look to it. And I just wanted to add a little bit of sparkle to a couple of the nails since I did just a one color dip powder mani underneath all of the stamping. So I'm just going to do that on my index and my ring finger for a little extra sparkle, and you can see that it just kind of gives it a really kind of pearly, iridescent type of look, which I thought came out actually really pretty. And I haven't used it very much, so I thought it was a nice opportunity to add a little bit of sparkle. And I really kind of love the way they came out. But let me know what you think as well, and if you want me to continue to do these types of manis that kind of bring attention to a certain type of cause each month, and let me know in the comment box what you think. And I didn't do any cleanup just yet. I am going to go ahead and apply my gel top coat to this, and that way, once I kind of clean up everything with acetone, I'm not going to ruin any of the stamping that's on my nail. So that's why I kind of like using gel top and base coats with the stamping as well. And I didn't do that to the, I am going to go over that on the index and ring finger where I did the unicorn stamping. I was just letting that dry a little bit longer before I went over it with the gel polish. So I just want to make sure that everything is kind of extra protected and none of that stamping or iridescent top coat comes off at all or rubs off, scrapes off, anything like that. So once I am done curing with this, I'll be I'm doing a little bit of cleanup, like I said, around my cuticle line, all the stamping that got all over my skin. And then I'll be finishing up with the cuticle oil. Okay, so I'm just going in with my Candi Skin Care cuticle oil, which is my usual. And again, let me know what you think of this mani, or in the future, if you have any stories you want to share, you can always email me. My email is in the description box below. And let me know what you think of this mani. Please like and subscribe if you are not already. Comment what you think. And until next time, bye for now.